This is Couples Court with the Cutlers.
This is the case of Johnson versus Myers. You all have been together for 4 years. Ms. Myers, you're currently 6 months pregnant. And where we go after today's proceeding depends on the answers to 2 questions. Is she cheating? And is the unborn baby Mr. Johnson's?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Johnson, you've initiated this lawsuit today. Tell us why.
I caught her cheating with one of my good friends, probably around New Year's of this year. And then we got in a big argument about money, situation with money, how to pay the bills and stuff. So my parent had called me and told me, I have a job for you. If you come over here for a week, I'll give you $1,000 to work for me. Well, I went and done that. Well, when I came back after that week was over, her and my friend were like buddy, couldn't break them apart. Everything that we had to go do, let's go get him and he can ride with us.
And this was about 6 months ago.
Yes.
And she is 6 months pregnant.
Yes.
And you have some concerns.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
So, how are you feeling with your boyfriend questioning the paternity of your child?
He has the right to, because I did cheat on him, okay? And it was about 6 months ago, and I admitted it to him fondly. It will hurt if it's somebody else's, but I hope and pray that it's his, because I love my family, and he is my family, and that's who I want to be with. And so I'm here today to prove to him that I'm not cheating anymore. I don't want to cheat. I have no interest in cheating at all anymore, but I do want him to know whether he's a father or not, because he has that right to know.
You're taking full responsibility for what's going on here.
Your Honor.
That's refreshing.
Yeah.
You don't see that no.
Yes, Your Honor. I know what I did was wrong. Yes, Your Honor.
I gotta ask you this though. How did you end up cheating with your significant other's friend?
Okay, well, we had a lot going on, fighting and stuff, and he had left for a week. We had broke up for a week.
Okay.
And so that week I was mad at him. And so that's when I first did it. It happened probably about 4 times in total, though.
4 times?
In that time frame, yes, of me, but the same guy.
You were really mad, weren't you?
I was mad. Yes, sir. I was mad. And I thought he didn't want me no more. And I was hurt and sad, and I wanted love again. And that's who showed me attention.
I never said we were over. When I left for that week, I never said we were over.
You were just going to go make this money.
I was going to work to get money to pay our bills. And
so from your standpoint, you weren't broken up.
I packed a bag to leave, but I did not pack my whole house up. I packed up some clothes for a week.
Like you going on a trip?
Yes.
So, Mr. Johnson, how did you find out that she was cheating with your friend?
One of my friends told me, how could you kiss a girl who had just gave your friend oral sex? And I'd snapped in my head at that point, so I told him, leave me alone for a minute, I'll figure everything out. Well, a few weeks later, I let it go on for a few weeks. You couldn't break them apart. They were like cemented together.
Meaning Ms. Myers and your friend?
Yes. Well, I wake up one morning, we didn't have water at that time, so she was going up to his house to wash some clothes. When I get up there, she's in the shower. I walk in and I asked her, I said, so what's going on here? Well, she broke down, and she told me.
So let me ask you this, couple questions.
Yes, Your Honor.
What did you say to your friend once she confessed?
I didn't say nothing, I swung at him.
You just start swinging?
Yeah.
Okay, and so were you also sleeping with Miss Myers during the same time period?
Yes, well, not that week, I was working.
Well, the week but the week before,
Yes.
the week after, you had slept with her too?
We were having sexual intercourse quite often.
Okay. And you're saying the only week that you had sex with him was the week he was gone?
But 4 times in that week, man.
4 times in that week. Is that right, Ms. Myers?
No, that's not right. It was not just that week. The first time that we slept together was that week. It happened a few other times after that week.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Okay, gotcha.
So, Ms. Myers, how long after you slept with a friend did you find out you were pregnant?
Probably about a month. I found out I was pregnant and I was disappointed.
And at that point, when you discovered you were expecting, it was, I don't know if it's the friend or Mr. Johnson's.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
Wow. And what happened when you told Mr. Johnson, I'm expecting?
I was crying, I was screaming, and he was like, where are you at? Where are you at? Trying to find me in the house because I was screaming, upset, crying, because I was angry. I was very, very, very upset that I was pregnant. You know, not because I don't love my child, unborn child, but because of who it could be, the father.
So you were like, I have made potentially a ginormous mistake.
Yes, ma'am.
Woo! Okay, so you have a concern that she is still cheating, is that correct?
Yes, I've got money coming out of my bank account every 2 weeks. I get paid every 2 weeks.
So you think she's giving money to this man
Yes.
two times a month?
Yes, 2 times a month, at least $80 a month. I'm having money come up missing. I pay the bills. I work almost every day of the week.
And $80 is not chump change.
No, that's
Not
money
It's
that
because
could go.
he doesn't know how to keep track of his money, neither, okay? I have to keep track of it for us.
I'm just thinking, usually it's the potential father that's sending money to the pregnant woman.
Right?
This time it's the pregnant woman sending money
But
to the
I'm
potential
not.
father.
But I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not sending money to him at all. We use the money for a family member or gas, cigarettes, anything that we need, personal stuff.
But you're saying it's a regular occurrence and it's the same amount.
Yeah.
It's
And she's also disappearing for hours at a time. Like I can get her to text me back, but she won't answer the phone.
she disappears.
Yes.
Okay, tell me about that.
I can be at work, and usually when I go on break, I call her. I get a 30-minute lunch break, so I usually call her. Well, sometimes it's, hey, I can't talk on the phone.
And this is something that's kind of recently happened in the last
Few months going on.
Okay. Well, you used to be able to get a hold of her whenever you
I
called.
could call her anytime. I could be working the graveyard shift, and she'd pick up at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. And she'd talk to me for hours. Even though I wasn't supposed to be on the phone at work, she'd still talk to me.
But now
I can call her, and she'd talk for 15 minutes and be like, oh, I got to go. But I still got 15 minutes on my lunch break. But you can text me.
And you're thinking it's because she's with somebody else.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't like talking on the phone. And also, I sleep a lot right now with the baby, being pregnant and stuff. I have a lot going on and stuff, and I ain't got time to talk on the phone to him. He'll see me when he gets home, or he can text me.
But you understand his
Anything I do.
concern, right? I mean, all of a sudden,
Yes, Your
when you
Honor,
stop
I do.
talking to him on the phone, it's like, I don't want to talk to you.
Yes.
I'll talk to you when you get home. I don't have
Yes,
time
Your
for you. I mean, that's a classic sign that there's something else going on.
I know.
Amen.
It is, but it's not. There's nothing else going on.
So is there anything else that you may have seen that makes you believe she's cheating?
Some text messages on her phone and like phone calls that I've tried to call this number back, but nobody
can't
ever
get
picks it
through.
up.
We share a
So what have
phone
you
now,
found?
though.
Huh?
What have you found?
What are the text messages?
One was, hey, baby, are you there? Are you there? Are you there? Hey, it's Tina. Are you there? And that's what I call her, is Tina. Her name's Martina, but I call her Tina for short. But
And that was a number that you didn't recognize.
it's a number from my hometown, the area code from my hometown.
So it's somebody in your hometown that
Yeah.
she's like, hey, are you there? It's me.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know the message she's talking about, and I never send a message to another man off my mom's phone, though. Just the same.
Well, Mr. Johnson, if you find out the baby's not yours, then what?
I want to work things out. I just need to know if she is cheating. We need to talk about things. If the baby's not mine, then she can take responsibility of the baby. I just don't want to, 15 years down the road, if we break up, don't want to be trapped in court for child support over this baby if it's not mine.
Okay, what if you find out she's still cheating?
Then we're going to have some problems.
So you're done. Okay. You understand what's at risk.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
What are your thoughts about the worst outcome?
Well, I
does that
know I'm
make
not
you-
cheating, so I have no worries there. But the baby, who's the father, I do have worries there. But I'm upset about it, you know, because I know what I did was wrong. And I know how he's going to feel if he's not the father. I pray to God that he is the father, but if he's not, I know how he's going to feel, and that's just going to break me down.
Well, to help sort all this out, this court has done a full and complete investigation. At this time, the court will call former military interrogator Lena Cisco to determine, is she cheating? Ron, please escort Ms. Cisco in. Ms. Cisco, how are you today?
I am doing great, Your Honor. How are you?
Doing good. It's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Tell us, please, what you did to investigate this case.
I had the accused write a witness statement, which I analyzed for any indicators of truthfulness and deception. And I studied the case file, I put together an interrogation plan, and then I interrogated Ms. Myers to see if she in fact was cheating on Mr. Johnson.
So you conducted a full interrogation. What were your initial findings?
In the beginning, Ms. Myers was very open and very talkative to me. She didn't hold back any detail about what happened between her and Mr. Johnson's friend. She told me that she slept with his friend approximately 5 times, and then she told me that this information was humiliating.
Mr. Johnson believes Ms. Myers is secretly still involved with the other man and that she's giving him money. Does he have any reason to be concerned about that issue?
I asked Ms. Myers, where's the money going? So I asked her, are you sending it to Mr. Johnson's friend or any other man? And she said definitively, no. She was talking to me with open body language, but her answers were congruent verbally and non-verbally. So I didn't see any signs of deception as she was telling me this.
All right. So Mr. Johnson has opened this case because he wants to know if the child Ms. Myers is carrying is his. How does Ms. Myers feel about this question of her child's unknown paternity?
She told me she's scared. She's scared to find out. She hopes that it's Mr. Johnson because she loves him. And I believe that she is truly happy with Mr. Johnson. But she's concerned about the results of the paternity test.
So, in conclusion, what is your belief about whether or not Ms. Myers is still cheating?
In my conclusion, I saw no signs of deception. I do not believe she's cheating on Mr. Johnson, and I believe she's being faithful.
I feel better.
Okay.
You feel better?
Yeah, I feel better.
You feel better?
Yeah.
We've answered the question about whether she's cheating, but we still have hanging out there the question of the paternity of this baby.
Yes.
Ms. Myers, I can see it in your face because your future is riding on these results. I mean, this is really paining you inside. I can see that.
It is, because I don't know, and I don't want it to be somebody else's other than him. I don't.
You want it to be your family. You don't want this third thing out here. You don't want to have to question his loyalty and love of this child.
Yes.
You want your family to have the strength of everybody being, blood family.
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Johnson, you're gripping that podium. You're taking deep breaths. I see you trying to figure out, if you're ready to receive these results.
Yeah, I need to know. Like, everybody that knows about her being pregnant and knows that she had cheated on me, is it yours, bro? Is it yours? Is it yours? And all I can say is, yeah, I hope. I really do hope. I pray that it's my child.
Ms. Myers, is there anything that you want to say to Mr. Johnson before we get these results?
I hope it's yours. I really, really do.
I think we are ready for the results. Ron, do you have those?
Yes, Sean.
This is huge.
Ms. Myers, are you sure you're okay?
I'm okay.
All right.
I'm okay.
To determine if Mr. Johnson is the father of Ms. Myers' unborn child, a non-invasive prenatal test was performed. A blood sample was drawn from Ms. Myers, and fetal DNA was isolated from that sample. DNA Diagnostics has prepared the results, and the results are as follows.
And I'm sorry, but either way.
You're fine.
All right.
Well, Mr. Johnson, you are the father.
Love you.
So we found out that she is not still cheating, and you are the father. How does that make you feel, Mr. Johnson?
My legs are weak. I don't know.
Ms. Myers, how are you feeling in this moment?
Thank God. I feel great. I feel a lot better. I'm so happy.
That is good to hear. I'm glad the results came out the way you hoped they would come out, that she's not still cheating, that the baby is yours, and that you all can now move forward to continue with your family. I mean, this is great.
This is good. And I sincerely believe that Miss Myers is in it to win it. I think she has figured it out. I don't think she ever wants to find herself having this conversation again.
No, Your Honor, I don't.
And Mr. Johnson, I want to take my hat off, if I had one, for you staying in the game, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
You all have been together for 10 years. You're married. You have one child together. You two are high school sweethearts. But this sweetheart of a relationship may turn sour depending on what happens here today in this courtroom. Ms. Anderson, you've opened up this case. Tell us why.
Well, Your Honor, I believe that my husband has not one, but two side chicks. And the reason why I believe that is because there's been numerous of inappropriate text messages. There's been me finding male sex toys that I did not know he purchased. There's been women that allegedly come to my house. There's been women's spandex thong things that I don't even purchase, that I didn't even know that even existed. And this is like, it's getting out of hand. It's getting ridiculous. It's to the point where I don't think I'm gonna be able to move forward.
Until you figure out what's going on.
This is emotionally wrecking you. I understand, babe.
So what's it like on a day-to-day basis with these feelings and trying to figure out what's going on and having all this stuff thrown in your face?
Excuse me.
It's okay. It's okay. You going through a lot. It's tearing you up. Mr. Burns, do you see your wife?
Yes, ma'am, I see her.
Do you see the tears?
Yes.
How does it make you feel seeing that she is going through this emotional upheaval because of what she believes you're doing?
It makes me feel bad, but at the same time, I'm not doing any of these things she's accusing me of.
She thinks you have not one but two side chicks, and you're denying that.
Yes, sir. I don't have any side chicks. They're just my friends, and she can't accept that.
And does it go beyond friendship?
No, sir.
Just friends?
Just friends.
All right.
You talked about the man that you met. How did you two meet?
We met in high school, in chemistry class.
All right. Chemistry and chemistry, I like it.
Yeah. At some point you got married.
Yes, sir.
Okay. How did you decide to pop the question?
It's like in the beginning, like she said, we met in chemistry class, and like we became best friends. We used to talk about everything, used to go everywhere together, do everything together. And it was just like one day finally I was like, I really want her to be my wife.
Okay. And so what happened?
So one night we were having sex and the rings were under the pillow, and she grabbed my hand and I just slipped it on and was like, will you marry me?
While you two were having sex?
Yes, sir.
Oh, well.
Oh, that's one way to do it.
That's one way. At least he didn't have to worry about it going, no, no, no. She's probably gonna say yes, 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 you know? All righty then.
Hey, that's one for the books.
Yeah, let me write that down.
Why, you plan on getting married again?
No, just for future reference.
For future reference for you? You plan on getting married again?
Well, you know, Mr. Cutler. You know No, I don't plan to get married.
All right. A little slow with that answer, but that's okay.
So we have this loving couple, but somehow, for some reason, you're in my courtroom accusing your husband of cheating. What evidence do you have that this is occurring?
Okay, well, for starters, we're gonna go to side chick number one.
Oh, okay.
We just so happened to go to a mutual friend's house. In the midst of us being at this mutual friend's house, you know, the side chick number one and another female was there. And, you know, I looked down, I'm like, okay, those are my husband's socks. And so when she leans up, I noticed the band of the boxers, those are my husband's boxers. Okay. I would know this because I purchased those boxers.
Wait, you had a friend's, how in the world could she have possibly, wait, What?
Because because like I said, we have every relationship has their ups and downs.
Okay.
And we just so happened to have a heated moment one day, and I just get out. He took his belongings with him.
He didn't have anything when he came back?
Just body.
Okay.
And so, like I said, when we approached the mutual friend's house this day, I noticed that the side chick number one had on the socks and the boxers. So I'm like, okay, you went to this girl house in which she's a roommate to another female. It's a female's house and she's the roommate to the female.
And that
which
roommate is
happens to
the
be
side chick
number one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she's the one who had on his boxers and his socks.
Absolutely.
And you're thinking, okay, if you're his friend,
Right.
He's married.
Exactly.
So that ain't, you know what I'm saying?
What
so that's
type
number
of
one.
friends are these?
Yeah.
It's a little emphasis on friends. You have the friends with benefits. You got
different levels of friends.
But these are just what I get as friends. So you need the.
So now we got friends with boxers. Another category.
And socks.
Okay, Mr. Burns. Okay, so you left the house because you had an argument with Miss Anderson.
Right.
And you take your stuff with you. When you come back home, you don't have anything. You left it at the friend's house. Did you tell them, hey, you all can wear my stuff?
No, that wasn't even the case. When Donna put me out, I left and then I came back. I figured as like, I'm probably gonna get put out again, so what's the point of even hauling all this stuff back? To haul it back away again.
So you left it at the friend's house?
I left it there.
But did you tell them, oh yeah,
I didn't tell them anything. So the day that she's talking about, when she seen the side chick supposedly and my stuff, it was new to me as well.
It was a shock to you.
It was a shock to me as well.
Where'd you sleep when you went over to the friend's house?
I slept on the couch.
By yourself?
Yes, sir.
Not with a friend?
No, sir.
Not with the side chick number one?
No, sir.
It's two women over there and no man except for you.
Right.
Right on.
Mistake number one. I'm gonna start with my thumb because I think I'm gonna need room for the mistake. All right, mistake number one. You're married. Married means you cleave to her, which means that you all are one. So you can't break off and do what you want when the one over here is saying, I don't like that. So the question is, what's more important, friendship or problems with your wife? I'm giving you a clue. Which one is the right answer? So you got side chick one, there's side chick two. Tell me what happened with her.
Side chick two. Well, how do we go about this? Me and my friend Shay here. It's a Friday night, Friday or Saturday. We're on our way to the club, going out to have us a little fun.
Okay.
I call his phone, well, you need to come meet me so you can get your key. Meets up, he pulls up in a vehicle. When he gets out, because they have 10 windows, so when he gets out, I look inside the vehicle like, wait a minute, that's a female. This female, she got her legs cocked up on the dashboard. And I'm like, okay, well, what y'all got going on? He's like, well, that's my friend. Okay, your friend. Well, let me see your phone, because this don't look right here, because I'm knowing if you're in this car where you had to contact her in order for you to get this car. Y'all had to contact recently just now.
So there on the spot, you said, give me your phone.
Absolutely. Unlock that phone, let me see, because I'm sure later on you might try to delete anything that might be out the way. I get the phone, I go through the text message, man, I approach it, because this is...
You submitted.
Yeah.
All right, please approach the plasma.
And once I open the phone, this is what I see. This is him. Hey, what you doing? Side chick number two, nothing. He texts back, you want me to bring you some penis. Wait a minute.
But it probably doesn't say that there.
It definitely doesn't. And then she says, yes, bring it to me. As I'm reading this, side chick number one's text. I get the notification. She replies and says, don't ever disrespect me again. What was the disrespect?
Wow, it's a lot. That's a lot.
And so once I go back to this, I'm like, well, why does she want you to bring, what is this? Oh, it was a joke. No, what friends joke like that?
Right.
You're a married man. First of all, you don't joke with this right here, no way.
Right.
That right there belongs to me, so why did you joking with it for?
Right. Here, step back to the podium.
Mr. Burns, okay.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna pick up from where she left off. She already gave you this one. She already gave you that one.
We up here.
No. So now, why are you meeting your wife with your side chick in the car? Two, why you even have a side chick in the car?
Because she was already with me.
Why was she with you?
She was with me drinking with my homeboys.
Lie.
Okay, let me give you a little bit of marital advice.
Help a brother.
You can hang out with your boys. You can drink with your boys. you don't have a side chick, you're not supposed to have one, and you don't have a side chick hanging out with your boys, and you don't go meet your wife with your side chick, okay?
Did you say anything to side chick number 2?
Absolutely. I got out of my vehicle and I approached her. So I asked her, I was like, well, you looking mighty comfortable over there, Why are you comfortable enough to have your legs cocked open on this dashboard? Are you and my husband having any sexual dealings? She's, well, no, we never had anything going. So I'm like, okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna enjoy my night because I'm not finna mess up my night. Me and my friend, we finna go out, we finna party. So I left him. As soon as I turn on my internet to go on Facebook, I get a whole lot of notifications. So when I go to the notifications, it's side chick number 2.
She's calling and writing you?
Yes.
Okay, what she got to say now? She didn't have nothing to say then.
I asked her then, she didn't have anything to say. You wanna chuckle, hee hee ha ha. When I get to the messages, well, me and your husband, he's performed oral sex on me, and just all out the way. And I'm like, wait a minute, sweetheart, I was just in your face. You just didn't have anything to say. You just said that you and my husband hadn't had any type of dealings with each other. Right. He's performing oral sex on you.
Did you perform oral sex on side chick number 2?
No, I did not.
Why would she write that to your wife?
She was trying to get up under Donna's skin to bother her. For what reason, I don't know.
You don't know?
No, ma'am.
You don't have a clue?
I don't have a clue.
I got a clue.
You got a clue?
I got several, but we gonna keep moving. Now, I noticed that you have a witness here.
Yes, this is my best friend.
Would you please step up to the podium and give us your name?
My name is Kabaz Neal Wiley.
All right, what do you know about this, what's going on between these two?
Well, I went to a close friend of mine. They was playing cards or whatever inside of the house. And 2 of my best friends approached me while I was getting ready to get out of the car.
Okay.
So they come and they was like, well, yes, side chick number 1 was driving Donna's truck. So I'm like, well, okay. So I'm like, well, did she tell y'all this? She was like, well, we can call her right now. So they get on phone, they put on speakerphone, and she was like, yeah.
Side chick number 1 on speakerphone.
On speakerphone.
So these friends are talking to her so you can hear what's going on.
I can hear everything.
Okay.
So then they was like, yeah, so y'all still talking? She was like, nah, actually, I'm waiting on side chick number 2 to pull up. So I'm like, you waiting on her to pull up for what? She was like, oh, because we finna fight. So now I'm like, okay, y'all finna fight, and y'all 2 are side chicks, and this is my best friend's husband.
Okay, and so that text message that we saw that said, don't you ever disrespect me again, that's the notification while you were holding the phone,
right,
Ms. Anderson. So side chick number 1 has now found out about side chick number 2.
Well, they found out about each other because, as he said, that same night that he was in the car with side chick number 2, he dropped side chick number 1 off in the car with side chick number 2.
Okay, let me get this straight, Mr. Burns.
This is a bold.
Yeah. So you bold enough to have 1 and 2 in the car together? Is that true?
And then
wait, hold on.
They're bold, but they were both in the same car with each other. They
were with you,
right?
And then you drop her side chick number 1 off,
right?
And you keep on with side chick number 2 to your wife.
To the wife.
Right.
So do you need my hand to keep counting?
Yeah, because we run out of fingers on this hand. All right, Ms. Wiley, have a seat. Thank you for your testimony. Man.
Mr. Burns, I mean, do you have anything that you want to say?
Are you in this courtroom with us?
All of these allegations that they trying to put together, it didn't even happen in that same scenario. These text messages that she said, don't ever disrespect me again, it had nothing to do with them being in a car with each other together.
What about them meeting up to fight over
I have no clue about them. I don't even know nothing about that. How I feel about the situation, she just making it up just to keep some hype going on. Cause neither one of them seem to have problems with each other that I know about. They don't
They're good sharing you with each other.
They not even sharing me, so it's like I don't know this story that she talking about, and then side chick number 1 driving her truck. That never happened.
You are resolute that you have not been cheated.
I have not been cheated.
You have not been sexually involved with side chick number 1.
I have not been doing anything with neither one of these females.
Well, to sort through all of this court has done a full and a complete investigation. At this time, the court will call certified polygraph examiner Michael Williams to determine, is he cheating? Mom, please escort Mr. Williams out.
Michael
with.
You conducted a polygraph examination on Mr. Burns, is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
You asked Mr. Burns, since the beginning of your marriage, have you had sexual intercourse with any woman other than your wife? What was his response to that question?
Your Honor, he said, yes, he confessed.
Mr. Burns, who have you had sex with since you've been married? Side chick 1 or side chick 2, or are we talking side chick
3, 4, 5,
5, etc.?
It ain't no 3, 4, or 5. It's just the ones that she accused me of. Those are the ones that I have sex with.
Those 2.
And she kept accusing me at the point in time I was never even doing it.
No, I'm not accepting that answer. You got to give me something else. Because the answer, well, she kept accusing me, so I just went on and did it. That's BS. You were already going to do it whether she accused you or not. So, do you want to apologize to your wife right now?
Yes.
What do you want to say to her?
I apologize for my wrongs and faults that I have done and for lying to you. And when you asked me, I should have just been a man and told you straightforward at the point in time.
I'm done. I'm not gonna go through this.
Let me just say this to you, love. Marriage is good and bad. And for real, I mean real bad. Like real bad, sleeping with 2 other women bad. And so you can't always run when it's bad.
Or send him running when it's bad.
Yeah, that's the better or the worse.
You stick in it together, and you fight it out. You all have been married for 4 years. You've got 3 kids, 1 on the way. And Mr. White, you say allegations of cheating are destroying your relationship. Why are you here today?
I'm here to defend my honor and to prove my innocence because my wife is sitting here accusing me of cheating constantly because she is a chronic cheater. She has cheated in the past, and she's just trying to put it on me because I went as far as getting DNA tests done on all the kids, even the ones she's pregnant with, because of the infidelity.
All right. Well, Miss White, are you accusing your husband of cheating?
Yes, I am, Your Honor, because he was sleeping with his ex-boss. Like, I found text messages with him sleeping with his old boss.
And that's the reason he's here trying to prove his innocence, to say, I did not do that.
Yes.
All right. Mr. White, you say she's cheated in the past. How do you know that?
I've sat there and seen text messages in between her and other guys. She's sent erotic pictures to guys. They've sent it to her. And I went as far as following her on Valentine's Day to another guy's house.
All right, Miss White, did this occur?
Yes, it has, but I have confessed to everything. He has forgiven me for everything that I've done. He's still around, and I don't think it's right for him to keep throwing everything in my face when we're not here about me today. We're here about him.
Well, and to that point, he is saying that it's because of frankly, guilt that you have, that you're saying he's cheating. Is there any merit to his argument that you are, in fact, accusing him because of this past?
I have found text messages and seen that he was texting his old manager and was saying how beautiful she was, and he wanted to be with her. And I had confronted this lady, his boss, about it, and she admitted to hanging out with him while my sister was laying on her deathbed, and they were drinking, but they had denied that they had ever done anything besides just hang out, but I still don't believe either one of them. I think more happened that night than...
Do you have any evidence of this conversation?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Okay. Ron, would you please get that, please?
Thank you, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Ron.
Yes, Your Honor.
From Mr. White, can I come over?
Not right now. What about your wife?
I like you. You're beautiful. So, Mr. White, are you having these text message conversations with other women?
Yes, I was having the text messages with her, but it was more just to show her how it felt a little bit. Because
2 wrongs don't make a right, and you still shouldn't have been
Yes.
sitting there texting your boss
All
when
right.
you're supposed to be providing.
I think your wife has a point. 2 wrongs don't make a right, love. All right. Well, Miss White, do you believe he's cheated with any other women?
I've caught him having other women in our apartment. He has admitted to kissing other girls, but nothing ever led there that he admitted to.
You know, Mr. White, you came in with the appearance of a choir boy. But now I'm hearing all this here, and it's like, okay. So have you kissed other women?
I've kissed one other woman, that is the correction. I've kissed one girl, and when we got married, I took my vows seriously. I have not cheated on her. I haven't done anything. She has sat here and go through my phone when I go to sleep. She's even went as far as I come home and she thinks that I've been gone too long at work. She'll start like she's gonna give me oral and smell my private area to see if it smells like another female.
Okay, so this lack of trust that you all have stems from your belief or the fact that she's cheated in the past, and now because of that, you think he's cheating on you.
Yes.
So here's the thing. Did you go to your boss's house?
Yes, I went to my boss's house. We were drinking whiskey and hanging out and talking, and she went to touch my leg, and I said, I can't do this, and I immediately left.
Okay.
So did your boss invite you over, or did you ask to go over?
I just asked to come over.
Hey, call the boss up.
Call the boss up.
Boss,
Yes?
can I come over?
Yeah.
Boss says yeah. Okay. All right. That's a good boss for you.
That's a good boss.
All right. And
you
you knew.
all have been flirting before.
Yes.
Okay.
So it looks like this.
All right, you flirting with the boss.
Hey.
You know, hey, how are you?
I'm good. How you?
Doing all right.
All right.
Yeah.
So what you doing later?
I don't know. What should I be doing later?
I got some work for you to do.
Oh. And then the music plays.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that music.
Yeah. All right, so the music plays. So you going over to your boss's house with one thing in mind. She's expecting you to come over with one thing in mind. You get there, the scene is set, you're drinking, you're talking, you're hanging out. You apparently are slow to make a move because she has to put her hand on your leg. And at that moment,
he pulls out.
Well. Nicely done. All right. So at that moment, you decide, you know what? This isn't right. Is that what you're telling us?
Yeah, it might sound a little wrong, but I started thinking of my kids and what would happen if something did happen, that they wouldn't see their father possibly, and they need their father and mother. They don't just need one or the other.
So what we have here is the husband side, the wife side, and the boss lady side. She's here right now. Ron, would you please escort our next witness in, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. White, you look pretty nervous.
I'm not nervous.
Ma'am?
Oh, you sure?
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, homewrecker.
Good day, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you, Your Honor?
Right. Would you state your name for the court, please?
My name is Molly Messer.
Miss Messer, you are Mr. White's boss or former boss?
Yes, former boss.
Okay. At the time he was working for you, did you know he was married?
I did. She would come to the restaurant from time to time, and he confided in me in the marriage problems that they were having.
Well, that's still none of your business. You should have been managing him, not.
Well, you shouldn't have been screwing around, and he wouldn't have been confiding in me.
That's none of your business. You should have stayed out of it. You got kids of your own.
It's my turn to talk. It's not your turn to talk. Anyways, he confided in me the problems they were having in their marriage. From my understanding, he was going to leave her because she was being unfaithful to him.
So what was the nature of your relationship?
I wouldn't call it a relationship. I would call it a situationship because it started out professional. It led to a flirtation, but it lasted about a month. You know.
Mr. White has testified he was interested in you. Were you interested in him?
I was in a way, but there's too much baggage to that, man. Like it wasn't even worth it to me.
Then you shouldn't have even started it in the first place. You should have just kept managing.
Again, I'm not talking to you. They're
care.
talking to me. They're not talking to you.
I don't care, so you need to stay out of my family's business.
Miss
Well,
Messer?
you wouldn't have problems if you wouldn't have been the homewrecker that you were.
I admitted to what I did was wrong, but that's still
Okay, well, that's good. That's good. I'm glad you admitted what you was doing was wrong because it is wrong.
Miss Messer?
Yes.
Were you attracted to him?
Yes, I was.
Are you still attracted to him?
No, I'm not. Well, I call it a situationship because there is more than like what she's telling you. This girl caused me to lose my job and everything. She kept calling the head person over me, talking about I was having a relationship with employees, not just him, employees. She ended up causing me to lose my job. I lost my house. I lost a lot due to her and her drama.
You're saying Miss White actually cost you your job?
Yes, she did.
Your livelihood.
So she has costed me a lot. Like, I've had a lot of issues for the past 2 years just over this.
Did you ever have any direct communication with Ms. White?
I did, and it was like 2 or 3 times. Like I said, she kept calling, wanting to know whatever, which I've denied, I denied allegations of what was going on.
So Mr. White has testified that he came over to your home. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And that you all drank.
Correct.
And he says that nothing happened.
See, I'm here to clear the air and say that, yes, we did have sex. It was one time and we were drunk. But we haven't had any relations since then. We haven't talked since 2 months after, and that was just to clear the air because we were drunk. Neither one of us want each other.
Okay, Miss White has testified that you told her that you all did not have sex.
Oh, yes, that's what I told her. I'm here to clear the air because this has been 2 years and it's kind of crazy that
you should have cleared
still
the air
going
when
on.
I first told you.
So you are saying that you actually did have sex with Mr. White. Did you have sex with Miss Messer?
No, we did not. We did not have sex. I don't know where this is coming from or nothing. We did not have sex at all at any point in time.
And again, you went over there with the intention of doing that.
Yes, Your Honor.
And she was receiving you into her home with the intention of doing that.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay? And she's testified that you did.
We did not.
So the only missing piece in this whole puzzle is you saying we didn't.
We did not.
Why would she lie? Why would she come here and lie?
I don't know. I guess she's wanting to get revenge back on my wife and end the marriage because where she lost everything, she's wanting to make her feel the pain.
Ms. Messer, why did you wait till now to tell this truth?
Because when I denied the allegations in the beginning, it was because I did not want to lose my job. And, what's the point now? She's done caused me to lose the job. And it's been 2 years. Maybe it'll give her some closure.
You should have came clean 2 years ago, and then it would have evolved. This won't be coming up now.
Well, like I said, you didn't come right out and say that you cheated, now did you? No, you didn't.
It's none of your business what I do with my family. You got your own family, worry about your own
He made it my business.
Well, that's none of her business either. You should have stayed out.
Miss White, thank you. Miss Messer?
Yes.
This is not about spite. This is about you wanting to clear the air.
Exactly.
All right. To find out if Mr. White has cheated, the court engaged the services of a licensed private investigator and polygraph examiner, Kendall Shull. Ron, can you please escort Mr. Shull into the courtroom?
Yes, Your Honor.
How are you, Mr. Shull?
Good, Your Honor. How are you?
We're good. Okay, we have heard 2 different sides of the story today, and so we really need your help. Mr. White has said he has not had sex and did not have sex with his boss, Ms. Messer. Ms. Messer is here on the stand and has testified under oath that they, in fact, did have sex the one night that he went over to her home. So we need your help. You asked Mr. White, have you ever had sexual intercourse with Ms. Messer? What was his response?
He said no.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that he was being truthful, Your Honor.
Mr. White, you have this look on your face. What is that?
It proves right there in the test.
Ms. Messer?
Yes.
The lie detector results showed that you all did not have sexual relationship.
Yes.
All right. Are you just being spiteful?
Yes, because like I said, she has caused me to lose everything that I own, like my house, my job, over nothing. And I hope for that short period of time that you thought he slept with me, that it hurt you the way you've hurt him and the way you've hurt me.
You're still a homewrecking slut.
No.
Still shouldn't have been hanging out with him.
Now, you realize this is a court of law,
I realize that, yes.
and you were under oath to tell the truth,
Yes.
and you deliberately lied
Yeah.
for spite.
Yes, correct.
You do realize you can be held in contempt of court.
Yes, I realize that.
And all the penalties associated with that, including jail.
Right.
And you're comfortable with that.
In a way, I'm not gonna say that I'm comfortable with that, but in my opinion, it was well worth it because, like I said, she caused me to lose everything.
Right. So you did not sleep
No.
with Mr. White?
No.
And that is the truth.
That's the truth. So she caused me to lose everything over nothing. She should have went with it. When I told her in the beginning that we didn't have sex, she should have believed that. She shouldn't have called my boss and had me lose my job and then lose my home and lose everything else that I had.
Mr. Scholl, you asked Mr. White, other than what your wife is already aware of, have you had physical sexual contact with another woman? What was his response to that question?
He said no.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that he was being truthful.
So, Mr. White, maybe you are a choir boy.
I wouldn't go that far as saying I'm a choir boy, but when I take something serious, I take it serious.
Miss White, how are you feeling right now?
I'm relieved that now we can start moving past everything and work on it. He's forgiven me. I can forgive him.
All right. You all have a bright future. You have a baby on the way. You have children already. You all have got to develop some trust and learn how to agree to disagree sometimes. But you also have to learn how, when you don't agree on something, you don't run, you don't get mad, you don't go be with somebody else. You learn how to fight through those moments.
Mm-hmm.
Cutler and I have learned to fight fairly. What he does is he takes his corner, I take mine, and when we can talk civilly, we do. And then we come up with a plan to move forward.